Hey, sup everybody, BMS Lou here. Hope everyone's doing well. Short video today for you guys as I'm pulled over here on the side of the road. I have an appointment in about 20 minutes, so I thought this would be a good time to finally do my 5 dislikes on my new 2022 Subaru Outback Wilderness Edition. So here I am sitting in the car. A couple quick updates. I've got some videos on this car already. Some of my most recent videos, maybe going back the past month and a half or so. I've done some other videos on this car, so if you're interested in this type of car, check out my videos on that. And quick update, I got a new windshield. Yes, I got a new windshield. I got the windshield put on about 2 weeks ago and got my first oil change. Right now I'm sitting at 6,867 miles. I bought this car at the end of August, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. But let's go ahead and get on with the 5 or so dislikes of this car. Nothing I hate about the car, to be honest, so let's just get that out of the way. Still enjoying the car, still recommend the car, still like the car a lot. But one thing I dislike about the car, and this is probably the number one dislike, is the backup camera quality. If you've researched this car at all, or if you have this car, you're going to agree with that. Everybody, it's obviously an issue. And the backup camera quality is not great. It's worse at night, and it's just not great. It does its job, and you can obviously tell what you're backing into. It just should be better. And apparently it will be better on the 2023s, which are now coming out. Side note, my youngest brother is actually buying this vehicle, but he's getting a 2023. He went to the Subaru dealer 3-4 days ago, and I don't know if he ordered it or what, but they are getting one for him to bring in, and it'll be around the 1st of November. So again, side note, maybe we can get my and his together and do a video and see them side by side. He's probably getting black, but he's getting a 2023. Doesn't sound like there's any changes on the outside of the vehicle. And as far as the inside of the vehicle, I believe the backup camera is gonna be better in his than mine, so I'm very curious to see that. That would be a cool video to see. And there may be another 1 or 2 very small differences in the 2023 to the 2022. Again, I have the 2022. Okay, so that's my first dislike. My second dislike is the start-stop feature. When you come up to a red light and you're stopped, your engine kind of shuts down, and then when you take your foot off the brake, you start going again. There is a little button on my screen here, my multimedia screen, that I can disable that once I start the car. However, again, if you have this car or you research this car, you know that you have to disable it every time you restart your car. That kind of sucks. It would be nice if they could do an update maybe in the multimedia screen or something, where once you turn it off, it's off until you turn it on again. That is a little annoying, and that probably is my second major dislike. Well, major, but I'm thankful for the button on the screen. And I will say that if you want to use that feature, if you don't mind it shutting down, the gauges, like in the middle top of the gauges, it does show you how much gas you're saving, although it's like 0.00001, and it counts up as you're stopped at a red light. It does count up how much gas you're saving over time. So if you're taking a long trip, you can actually see how much gas you're saving over time. And I think it has a clock that it counts the seconds too. I just barely use it, and so I don't really keep track of it that much, because I do 800 or 900 miles a week anyway, so, and a lot of it's just highway driving and long distance driving. So what's it really going to help me to have that thing? It's not going to save me that much, to be honest. So that's probably my second in order of things I don't like. The third dislike that I have, and I noticed this right away when I got the car and brought it home, when I started setting in my preset channels. I have Sirius XM, so I do have a lot of channels that I want to put in my presets. The preset buttons on the multimedia screen are nice and big. They're probably a good 1.5 inches wide by 1 inch tall. And on the first screen, you can save 6 presets. Then you got to swipe the multimedia screen, and then you can enter in 6 more presets, and then go to the third page, and then enter 3 more. So there's a total of 18 presets. I wish there were more, actually at least 6 more. But I kind of wish the preset buttons on the multimedia screen were about half the size, because they'd still be big enough for me to easily select them if I'm driving. But I'd be able to fit more presets on the front page of my multimedia, so that would be cool. I will say that the my first 6 presets that I'm looking at right now are all Sirius XM, and so the buttons on the screen are so big that they do show the whole channel logo, like 80s on 8, or the alt channel, or First Wave, or Chill, or Hair Nation, or whatever station you have. Pretty much is going to show you the logo of that station, and so that's nice. But I'd rather have 12 presets on the front. So that's probably my third dislike. My fourth dislike about this car, this may be up there, actually. This may be up to number 3 instead of, this may be up to number 2 or 3 instead of 3 or 4. So this is my fourth. We'll just say that for now. My fourth dislike is I do not like that the air conditioner and heater and heated seat buttons are all in the multimedia screen, in the touch screen. I wish they were different knobs. I just prefer the knobs. I knew that they didn't have it when I got the car. Not a deal breaker, because the car is riding very nice and I like it. I love it, actually. It's a nice car. I love the way it rides. But yeah, I just don't like that. And I've got comments on some of my previous videos that people had said their whole system went blank for a while. I have not had that happen to me yet. Hopefully that does not happen. I mean, if that happens like in the winter, because we get all seasons here, if that happens in the winter and I can't get air or my defrosters to go, that's not cool. Actually, there are different defroster buttons that are buttons on the side of my multimedia screen, so that's cool. But as far as heater, like, I gotta go into the multimedia screen to turn on the heater, and so that's not, I just don't like that. But it's there and I'm gonna have to deal with it. I have a buddy at work that just bought a 2022 Forester Sport. He just brought it in, just saw it for the first time today. It's very nice. It's black. It's very nice. And we were talking before he picked up his car that he's like, I think I got everything in my multimedia screen like you. But then when we looked at it today, he has buttons and knobs. So I'm like, oh, I'm a little jealous about that. So I've used my remote start twice now. Here's a question, side note again, a question for anybody out there that has this car. Excuse me. How can I change, like, when I use remote start, I do not want my, I don't need, like, it's me, I'm a single dude, I don't need my passenger heated seat to be on full blast. I don't even need it to be on. So I don't need to have that. How do I disable that in my remote start? And there may be another tweak or two that I want to do when I use my remote start. I might want to crank it up to high instead of just like 80 degrees. I want to make it nice and warm in here when I get in it. Although it's been okay, but it's not been super cold out yet either. So how can I make those changes in the app? If anybody knows, send me a comment. That'd be very helpful. In the meantime, I'll research that. But I just noticed that literally I'm out here at work and I live in a hotel 3 nights a week, and this is my second time using remote start, so I haven't had really time to research it. But that is something that I want to do and that I would love to be able to change, because that doesn't need to turn on when I turn on my remote start. Okay, so that was number 4. The 5th thing is I'm very grateful and I love that this car came with rubber floor mats. This is just petty, but it's still a dislike. I mean, I guess I love the floor mats. My Forester that I had before this, my Forester XT 2018, I got aftermarket WeatherTech or some other brand, which were great, and I loved them, and they were nice and deep and thick. Well, these are nice, but they're just not very deep, or, you know, if I get a lot of snow and I have puddles in here, these mats are gonna probably just barely work, where the other ones were deeper. And so that would have been cool. Again, I love these floor mats. I don't even use the carpet ones ever. So I'll use these until they start going bad, which they shouldn't go bad for years. And I love the Subaru Wilderness logo on them. They're good floor mats. They're nice. And I'm thankful that I have them. I just wish they were there was a little bit more of a sidewall on them to kind of keep the slush and crap contained more, because if that gets all over my carpet, that's not going to be good. So that's a dislike that I have there. That's the 5th dislike. Not really a dislike, but this is like a bonus. I kind of wish this car came with the Harman Kardon speakers. It would be great. I will say that I have tweaked the equalizer and everything in the multimedia to make it sound better, so it does sound better. And I'm not really complaining about what I have now. I just think for what I paid for this car, I should have had Harman Kardon in it. So that's just a side note. I'm disliking that I didn't get Harman Kardon. Got a big semi pulling up beside me here. I pulled over at a gas station. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you on the next video. More videos to come, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. All right, I hope this helped everybody, and I will talk to you later. Bye now.